All right, so here's the lobsters that we're gonna make some pasta with. Two beautiful lobsters from the Bahamas. And the process is going to be, I'm going to have to smash the heads so we can get the flavor out of the heads of the lobsters, and we're going to make pasta with them. Just put the knife inside the tail, a little bit in like this. On the other side too. Once you do that, and it comes just right off. Beautiful tails. All right, so I'm going to go outside now, hose the heads out, clean them out, and smash them. Okay, you have to smash it really small pieces so you can get that flavor out. 3 pieces like this, really small. And of course, take the lungs out. This is the lungs right here on the side of the lobster. See, there's a lot of meat inside the antennas. This is the eyes right here. And look at all that meat. That's what's going to give flavor to the pasta.
I'm going to put some salt in the water so I can boil the lobster tails. Now I'm going to add the lobster. I'm going to boil it for about 7 minutes.
All right, 7 minutes.
Okay, so now we're going to prepare the sauce. Okay. So we're going to use garlic, thyme, a little bit of vinegar, white vinegar, some diced tomatoes, cooking wine, and a little extra virgin olive oil. And then we're going to add the pieces of lobster all in there so you can get the flavor.
The lobster's almost done.
Lobster tails are almost done. It's like 1 can of tomatoes per tail.
Per tail, okay. So
we have 2 tails, so I'm doing a lot of sauce.
Nothing wrong with having a lot of sauce.
Nope.
That's the garlic.
Garlic, fresh thyme, but because of Corona, I'm limited to the ingredients.
So we have some dry thyme. All right.
So I have a little bit of dry thyme and a little bit of white vinegar.
White vinegar, okay.
Cooking wine.
Cooking wine, all right. You just not measuring, you put an eyeball in it?
Eyeballing it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put some oil.
Extra virgin oil?
Extra virgin. And
Okay.
I'm gonna add the lobsters. For a while.
All that flavor is gonna go to the tomatoes. All right, perfect.
The tails are done. Cover that, let it boil. Okay, and I'm gonna take out the tails. That looks so good. Hi. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit so that we can remove the meat, and then we can add the extra shells into the big pot.
All right, so we get those shells and we put them in the pot to get more flavor out of it. Okay.
Yes.
I like it.
We're gonna keep this water. We're not gonna throw it away because we're gonna add it to when we cook the pasta. So when we cook the pasta, we add more water and we cook it in part of this water so the pasta can get the flavor of the lobster too.
So you're gonna use this water to make the pasta?
Yes.
Okay, so you can get more flavor out of the tail. Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna save the water for later.
So none of the flavor of the lobsters gets wasted. You gotta take as much as possible out of the flavors out of them so you can enjoy as much of it.
Okay, I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning.
Okay, Italian seasoning.
And some pepper. Salt.
That smells good already. All right, so I'm gonna cut the lobsters with the scissors. Okay, and these shells, we're gonna use them in that pot there. We're gonna put them in there. There it is. Pot is already boiling. Now these beautiful tails, we're gonna cut them in half. There's the vein right there. And we're not gonna cut them in little pieces. We're gonna cut them in bite size. So something like this. It's already falling apart. So you got about that size. It's good size. So that way when you're eating the pasta, you have some lobster pieces that are good size on it. All right, all the lobster is cut up. We're gonna put it on this bowl. And we'll put it aside now.
Now we're gonna cook the pasta. Normally I use fettuccine, but since we haven't really gone shopping a lot, this is what I have now. So this will have to do, and it's pretty good.
All right.
So it's just gonna be a little different, but it'll work. So right now I'm gonna put the leftover water from the lobster tails.
The broth, all right.
Into some water that I already poured here, because I need more than this.
Beautiful, that's gonna give it extra taste.
But at least we have some of the flavor in there.
I like it. So lobster broth.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 1.5 is good.
So by using lobster broth, it's gonna infuse the flavor into the pasta.
Okay, now I'm gonna take the big shells out and put them in this pot so that we can strain what's left over. Like the smaller pieces, we can strain them. The big shells, we can take them out.
And there's still a lot of meat in that lobster, so you can dig in there and take as much meat as possible.
Those little legs have meat in it.
Meanwhile, the pasta is still cooking.
Now we're gonna strain the sauce. We're gonna press down so we can get as much of it as possible. Get all the flavor out. I'm gonna pour the sauce, the liquid in here. Let it boil a little bit so it can thicken up. I'm gonna add some milk because normally I use cream, but we don't have any cream. So I'm gonna add some milk so that it can get a little bit thicker.
So that's how you're gonna thicken the sauce.
Yes, with the cream it thickens a lot better than just regular milk, but I don't have any cream.
All right, so we're gonna go straight milk.
Yep, it's not the same.
But it smells really good, I can smell it.
So we're gonna drain the pasta. It's a little bit underdone, but it's okay because we're gonna mix it with the sauce here so it can finish cooking and then it can absorb the flavors of the sauce.
I like it. So now you're gonna add the pasta to the sauce?
Yeah. I'm gonna let the pasta absorb the sauce a little bit. And then once it absorbs it a little bit, I'm gonna add the pieces of lobster.
And the lobster legs has a lot of meat. You just break them up and you see all the meat come out. And go like this and you take out the meat.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but look at it. It's just a lot of meat.
Give me one of those.
There you go. Eat it up.
That has a lot of flavor. It has more flavor than the tail.
And just break them up. And there it is. Just comes out. So every time you get lobsters and you get a whole lobster, try to eat these pieces of lobsters. So that way you have zero waste and you really enjoy your lobster.
We're gonna put the pieces of lobster.
Starting thicken up.
Yeah, the sauce is already thick. It's already absorbed. Most of it is absorbed already in the pasta.
So we got a lot of the flavor from the sauce into the pasta. So the pasta already gonna taste a lot like lobsters. And now we have the tails inside the pasta.
You can't really see the color too much because of the color of the pasta.
Okay, yeah.
It has red and green, but if you do it with regular pasta like fettuccine, then you can see the
Color of the sauce.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
like a pinkish color. Now I just let it sit here. I already turned it off, so I'm just gonna let it sit here for a little bit so that the lobster can absorb a little bit of the flavor of the sauce too. And that's it, and then it's done, and we get to eat it. So now the pasta is ready to be served. I made for 2 days. We're not gonna eat all of this.
Just like me, when I'm in the boat, I always make enough for the next day. Very nice.
And that's the pasta. Now I put a little bit of salad on the side. I know you don't like the salad too much, but you have to eat salad too.
All right, I think I could do it. All right, dinner is served. I like the flower arrangement.
It's the flowers you picked for me yesterday.
I picked these flowers from the backyard. I went around in the backyard and searched for all kinds of flowers. And this is my quarantine flowers for her. There we go. Enjoy them. All right, you want to try see how it tastes like? Tastes a lot
It really
of...
has a lot of lobster flavor. Flavor is in the pasta, so the pasta, you don't see like a lot of sauce, but it's all absorbed in the pasta.
Very good. So what do you think is the most important thing for the pasta to have more?
It comes from the shell, from the whole lobster.
Okay, so it's very important to use the shell when you cook your pasta. Use the heads and also the tail shells and put them all together. That way you can get as much flavor out of the lobster. So now we're gonna have our dinner here. So if you guys like the way we prepared it, please show your thumbs up or thumb it up, whatever you like. Thank you for watching. Eat safe.